Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Peter Kennedy, Kennedy's Garage, Portlaw. What do we have today? 2016 Hyundai i40. Check engine light on. We have a tire pressure monitor light on. And we have 85,123 miles. Our job today is try and find the answer, fix the problem and resolve that check engine light. Code scan being done. Oh, sorry. P24C6. I always kind of ignore that 00 just on video format. They're kind of generic numbers that some, I believe, car manufacturers throw in after their fault codes. I know VAG, Volkswagen, all that kind of crack do it all the time. Not so much on other cars, but I do see it here on this Hyundai, so I'm ignoring that crack here. Active. The rest of the stuff, battery low, battery low, battery low, battery low. All these history faults I'm not concerned about. And the tire pressure light, which is not my job today. I think we have probably tire pressure sensors that have been replaced in this and not coded in, programmed in. Anyway, this is what we're going after. I have been looking at this car already, so I've diagnosed it. I've ordered parts, and today I have parts here in order to change. Maybe I'll keep rolling on and show you what we're at. If I can get out. Okay, we're out. Just because. Okay. What am I doing? Camera zoomed in there, apologies. We have a particle matter sensor here. 7557015. You can see there, particle matter sensor. What these things are doing is actually looking in the exhaust system for, if you ever look, maybe, how much particulate is in the actual exhaust system. Somewhat, I suppose, nearly like an oxygen sensor looking for oxygen. These things are looking for particle matter. I think they do that through oxygen content. Don't quite rightly know, but anyway, I think it's done through oxygen content. Anyway, long and short of it is this thing is going to be getting replaced today. When I go underneath, I'll show you what we're looking at and why and who and how, but there is 4 wires sitting into this. On all particle matter sensors, we are going to have just its own module. So because it's its own module, it needs, we just suggest, a power and a ground, and then the two middle ones quite possibly being CAN signals. What I've done on this already is I just verified that we have power and ground and that we have a CAN signal coming and going to and from this, or CAN high and CAN low. Yeah, it's basically today just a fast change out, little short video, just to, I suppose, point you in the direction of any of you hit on this problem, okay? So I'm not going to go into huge depth here, but I will fast show you my tests and what I've done. Okay, the particle matter sensor is sitting just there, so kind of up over the gear lever in the car. We're rolling out around plastic cover or tray in here. Pull her down. There is our particle matter sensor. We go in here and look. The wire with the yellow probe is white. That's a ground. I actually don't know what the inside one is. Maybe if I turn on my light, I'd see what colour it is. Nah, still can't. Still can't be sure what the colour of the inside one is, but I will verify for you in a moment. But anyway, ground, battery feed, battery positive on the left hand side. And all I'm doing is I just have the Pico running here. So it's our blue channel sitting into the power feed, ground from the lead of the scope into the ground wire, and you can see I have battery voltage. Okay, little load test on it then. I'm going to actually, that red piece is coming from my test light, so I'm just going to load test the ground and the positive. I moved it, but I still have my 12 volts. I'm going to go up here and just see. Okay. That's just proven that we have a good power and a good ground. Next screenshot I give you, I have the two channels running here. I'm just going to give you a look at our CAN high and our CAN low, or at least the signal wires that are in their CAN, or whatever the heck they're going to be using, LIN, or I'm suggesting CAN, but we're going to have a look and just see or make sure we've no discrepancies on our CAN signal. Using the ground off the actual sensor for my scope waveforms, have the two probes in the CAN signals and our wires. Just going to leave off my cover without doing anything. Right, we have, excuse me, the blue channel is on CAN high, the red channel is on CAN low. Have nice data packages here, a little bit of hash maybe up the top, but I'm not too concerned about that. Zoom in a little bit more. Might actually even freeze it. So we can see, look, there's nice data packages here. I'm happy. Both CAN high, CAN light are doing their job, and I like the signal there, so I'm putting that to bed. New sensor is going in here. I'll fit it, give you part numbers, Bosch part numbers off it, and we go from there. We were rolling forward and going to do this within minutes anyway, but lo and behold, what happened here? Spanner on our particle matter sensor, and it just rounded the top off it and broke it into two halves. So the really intelligent people will tell you this will only take 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Oh, simple, yeah. Anyway, the realism of it is I don't know what way we're going to go now. I checked around the place to see whether I have anything like that size of a ring where I could have cut it out and welded in a nice clean ring without messing with this. I don't think I'm going to have the option now. I probably need to split our exhaust here, and then probably, I don't know, maybe we'll split it there as well to try and see can I get in at this thing somehow, or cut the piece out of it or something. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do, but it has to come out of it anyway. We have to do something. Could tell me it needs an exhaust. Don't need this thing sitting here for 2 days and ringing the customer, so it's going to be just made work however we do it. Don't know yet. Okay guys, I think you can only laugh about these situations. Anyway, here we are. I'm debating in my head, how am I going to get the little threaded part that snapped off on the top of it. So look, the nut just broke clean off the top of it like a biscuit. It's only about 1 millimeter thick. Anyway, what I've just discovered anyway is a big drive nut here. Big drive nut is the exact right thread. Probably don't need to prove it to you now, but it is the exact right thread. But then if I put that just into that, it's only going to hold the nut. So lo and behold, I don't need that. I need this piece here, that little step there, to get sandwiched up against something to be held tight. So lo and behold, I have a washer here, not massively robust, but it does fit up and over my particle matter sensor there, and up and sits onto that flange. So I'm thinking that if I weld the nut onto the end of that and then cut that nut thinner, maybe, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 mil, whatever it may be, that then I could weld that into the hole in there relatively fast and relatively easy. Okay, that's what I'm going to go chasing after now, boys. The joys of it. I've cut that out of it, lifted a hole like that. I then have got, sorry about the dirt in my hands, but I've got that bolt that I had, I cut it shorter, and then I welded on 2 washers. Whoa! I welded on 2 washers internally, not internally, on the inside of it, so the actual nut or particle matter sensor would actually rest or squeeze up against it. Can you see him in there? Anyway, they're stuck on there. That's going to get stuck into the exhaust. The things we do to try and keep a car job going so the customer gets the car back happens all the time in this trade, but sure, you'll never get any glory for it. You're only a so-and-so. And if it went wrong and it cost them more money, you're still a so-and-so. So here's what I'm doing, is I'm making this happen, all right? See, will it work out? Ah, well, lads. Anyway, it's... Oh, welded up and in there. I'm classing it as okay. Top is done as well, harder to see it, but put a little bit of silver paint on it, lobbing this fuming thing at last. Way. Right, she's sitting in there. Back in where she should be, tightened up, squares on, block connector on, wire sitting in place, and our NOx or particle matter sensor stuck in where it should be, nice and tight. After squeezing up against our washer, that's inside and all. Doesn't look actually too bad, to be honest. By the time it ages up, it'll be grand. Anyway, thank goodness we're back together. Time to roll on. I meant to say that this fault code would not clear, so I could get it to go away only for seconds and then reappear. So we'll know in a minute whether it's going to stay gone. Okay, particle matter sensor fitted as you saw with great ease. Quick erase. We'll get rid of all of these. He is aware of his tire pressure monitor fault and he's not bothered about it at this point in time. So going to get it out, give it a drive. It was the heating element fault, which is fairly simplistic inside in this actual particle matter sensor. Yeah, it's just a heating element. No real way of testing that. If it's gone on any particle matter sensor, most likely it's not going to be power or grounds or any of that. Just giving you the test process just to see what's happening. In this case, it's done. Going to give it a couple of miles to see what happens, okay? No faults. Going to start her and we'll hit the road. Is that okay? And I'm back on to you. Okay, 10 miles or so done. We're aware of that going to come back. TPMS. No check engine light on, actually, by the way. Tire pressure light did come on, but no check engine light. I'm just going to give you a little kind of a follow-up just to be sure. Watched pot never boils. I suppose the mantra in this occasion is it never really goes to plan. Not that it never really goes. It doesn't go to plan at times or on occasions for every one of us. And then the things you do just to make the thing happen, you know, you want to hit your deadlines, you want a customer to get back their car, you want to try and keep the price the same as what you had estimated for. I do anyway, as much as you humanly possibly can, because if you can keep them as they were planned, it only gets more awkward for you to achieve your goal, but you don't have the disturbance of estimates and ordering parts and time delays and all this kind of stuff. You know, just to me, it just seems nicer, easier. Anyway, that's the path that we chose. Glare, sorry, but you can see it in there. Engine, pass, no fault, job done. For this one, lads, we're going to shut it down. Left front sensor fault. We're going to shut it down and say I'll talk to you all next cartoon. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Peter Kennedy, Kennedy's Garage, signing out. 2015 Hyundai i40 particle matter sensor. See you later, boys.